Hey, what's going on, guys? True follower here. Check this out. And this gives you a pretty good hint about what I'm playing. Welcome to the Mojave. I like the music. I like the music. I like the music of this. Now, oh, well, it won't do it that way. All right. In one of my previous videos, I had mentioned that I think Kellogg, the same Kellogg, from Fallout 4, that works for the Institute, who has implants, is Carrier 6 from Fallout New Vegas. I've even made my guy to scale become Kellogg, a younger version of Kellogg. Well, kinda, I guess, to play as the Courier. Just see how that would look, you know. Imagining myself as Kellogg in there. Chill out, Midnight. It's my cat. Oh yeah, Midnight. She'll be a Black Panther in Fallout 5. Like an actual panther called Midnight as a companion. Because I think there could be a rarity of having a panther. A few wildlife animals brought back into Fallout story. Not very many, but a few that aren't tarnished by the radiation and everything else. So, yeah. Midnight. Chill. She's attacking my notebook. She's trying to attack Fallout 5 before I even get it written. Anyway, I know this video was probably lame, but I'm gonna test this out and see what happens as Kellogg, as Carrier 6, playing Fallout New Vegas all over again. I'm actually quite far. I've already made it to the strip and everything. I'm just trying to find me a new player home of something that's not been advertised through a YouTube video by somebody else. But anyway, I'll let you guys know how this turns out. But I do believe the lore of if Kellogg was Courier 6 of Fallout New Vegas, believe it or not, because if you look at the story that's laid out before you, more than likely, siding with Mr. House would be what I would believe would be the canon ending for Fallout New Vegas. House always wins. Think about it. When they put Fallout New Vegas together, I believe that was kind of like a little bit of a hint there. But what I believe is going to happen in the timeline, the New Vegas After Effect timeline, whether the Legion almost won or the NCR almost won, House would have used his robots and kept Vegas itself under his control. And then the NCR could have been running things outside the perimeter of New Vegas itself. But, and I don't believe that the Legion would have won. I don't think the Legion would have won. And I don't think going with Yes Man is the actual true lore either. I think the true lore would have been following Mr. House's agenda and connecting with the Enclave remnants, the old veterans of what all you see of the Enclave. Now, by doing that, I think the Kings would have survived, and I don't think Mr. House would have wiped the Kings off the map. I think the Kings would have stayed, and if they did try to attack the Kings, I think the King himself would have left New Vegas, and he would have survived. He would have been the smart one, him and some of his higher trusted Kings. You know, I'm saying the Kings. Yeah, the Kings, the King himself would have survived, and I believe he would have later then became, he would actually end up revealing his actual name, which I'm not going to say what that is right now, what I believe his real name should be, unless it's in there where somewhere in the lore that it actually says who the King really truly is. I don't know if they've ever picked him a real actual name. If not, then I'm going to make him have a real name for my Fallout 5 story. And I guess I'll have to get back to you guys with all that. But I think that a newer generation of the Enclave, a younger generation of soldiers, would have possibly showed up in the Mojave. Maybe within 6 months after the Courier 6 would have done what he did and continued on his journey through the wasteland, leaving the Mojave and heading east. The new generation of the Enclave would have came in and killed off a bunch of the Legion, had a big war with the NCR. So we're looking at 2082, maybe, to 2083. And then a 10-year jump from 2283 to 2293, and 2293 is where I'm wanting to do my story for Fallout 5. So it'll be 10 years in the future from that. So more than likely it's going to show up that some attacks were made in 2282, and then another wave of Enclave circled back around and went back to the Mojave and reconnected with the Enclave remnants, the old people that you end up gathering close to the end of the game. But they would have all been found and united back with the Enclave, and some of the people from Fallout New Vegas from the Mojave area would have scattered. They would have abandoned ship. Mr. House would have stayed with his robots, and I think the Enclave would have had a meeting with House, with the Enclave remnants, and they would have made a treaty saying, okay, if you claim that you can do that and you got these ships, since you own Robco and now you own Repcon and all that stuff, then start getting our rocket ready because the Enclave, we're going to space. So I think Mr. House himself would have been like, okay, I'll cut a deal with them since the deal I was going to cut with the NCR backfired because Mr. House knew that they were going to probably not keep their word. So when the Enclave rolls in and takes over the outskirts of the Mojave, House would have made a treaty with the Enclave, and then a lot of people would have got wiped out by the Enclave, though. Like Jacobstown probably would have been gathered. They would have gathered those Niken and Super Mutants up to use for, some other agenda. And not much of the Mojave would have been anything that the Enclave was really truly interested in, other than going to a couple of the vaults and realizing there's really nobody there worth taking. And then they would have made a deal with House so that way they can station a few people there if they need to, whoever their superior was at the moment. And then, the superior officer. And then they would have reconnected. Somehow they would have flew vertibirds or whatever and tried to reconnect with the colonel. Colonel Autumn, I guess it's Autumn or whichever one it is. And then from there on, they would have done more with their stuff. But anyway, that's what I think would have happened with the Mojave after Fallout New Vegas. But anyways, let me know if you like this. Like and subscribe. True follower.